We held them under 30 all 4 quarters, so, it's a testament to our defense, and we're just getting back to our defensive ways.
Coming off that 4-game losing streak to win back-to-back games against Portland and then this one here, what does it say about this group?
We just have to find ourselves again. Like I said, it started with the defensive end. We're able to get back to what we do defensively, and when we do that, we're able to beat any team and feel good about ourselves. And we've been able to do that the last 2 games against 2 really great offensive teams. So, when we do what we're supposed to do on the defensive end, and we play with a lot of pace, sharing the basketball, getting the passing lanes and getting steals and deflections, we're a tough team to beat.
What do you think about adding some zone to your defensive diet?
I think it was good. I think it kind of messed him up a little bit. Try to show a different, set to Porzingis and Luka, and it kind of disrupted him a little bit, and taking them out of their offense.
There was so much talk about the schedule this month, the teams you would have to face. You guys finished December 9-5. How do you feel about sort of that body of work?
Feel good. I mean, some games we let slip away, but still winning record. That's what you want to do. I come out every month with a winning record, so I feel good about it. Got a lot to learn from it as well. The games that we lost, and even the games that we won, and just try to get better.
Think back on that, you guys were 7-2 on the road during that month. Why so much success on the road?
I think you got to come together more on the road. It's just the guys in the locker room. Snow, home court advantage, anything like that. But it's tough to win in other teams' arenas, and we got to make sure that we come together even more to win those games. And I think that's why we've been able to be so successful on the road.
This is your last game in 2019. Obviously, this year was a big year of change for you. How will you remember it when you think back?
It was a fun year, fun, wild year.
You don't have to say it as loud so he has to hear it, but what do you think about him doing what he's doing, about to turn 35 tomorrow?
It's his birthday tomorrow.
Gotta go get a gift, huh?
Nah, I'm not getting no gift. Why, you want a gift?
Yeah, you get the hell out of my face.
I mean, for a guy to, be 34, almost 35, and do what he's able to do in 17 years in the game and be so efficient, speaks volumes of what he do. I mean, he take care of his body. He's in the gym every day working on his craft, watching film. And so, it all shows and it all pays off.
He's in the gym or the lab? He's in the gym or the lab?
Both. Both.
You looking forward to having a nice long stretch at home after this?
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the road a lot, and it feels good to be back at home in front of our fans. So I think 4-game stretch here at home, and try to get off 4 before we, take off on the road again, and then another long road trip. So, we want to make sure we take home court in all 4 games, and we just got to keep learning, and anytime we step on the floor, continue to get better and make sure we come out victorious.
Thanks, CD.
Yeah.
Next up for the Lakers, a game in a new decade. The Suns visit Staples Center on New Year's Day. Game time is set for 7:30 on Wednesday. Our coverage in 2020 starts with Lake Show at 6, followed by Access Sportsnet Lakers at 6:30, leading you right up to tip-off. 19 points.
0 for 6, 3 and 2 of those were air balls.
They did a really nice job, James. You brought this up, so I'll let you start defensively on Luka, hounding him from the get-go, using length, quickness, and guards.
Well, that was one of the assets that Bradley brought to this team. I mean, we had some pretty good defense, but he's an on-the-ball defender, particularly point guard. So, yeah, he didn't get to roam freely as he usually does to score because he had a lot of pressure both from Bradley, and Caruso.
I think they took a page out of the book when they played him the first game in Staples. If you watched them play him in that first game, they kind of held him in check that first quarter. They kept a body on him because he's so good at using his body to get away from the defender. But this game, they hounded him and made him give it up. He had a lot of turnovers.
It was the Mavs who adjusted that first time because they controlled Luka in that first half, and then they went nuts in that second half.
Yeah, they put more pick and rolls in that second half, but still on those blitz, they would blitz those pick and rolls, get the ball out of Luka's hand. What you do? You get the ball out of the best player's hand and make somebody else be a star, and nobody was tonight.
Yeah, he had 6 turnovers.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys,
It's my Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah, James, I'm appealing to you. I cede my time to you.
No, he just said 6 turnovers. Okay. That's the same time as me.
You know, a few
Great
years
minds think alike, Brett.
I say he had a
couple
lot of
Hall of Famers up here, Brett.
I say they had a lot of turnovers.
One's just high school. The other's
I say he had 6 turnovers.
NBA Hall of Fame. That's fine.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
You'll get there, buddy.
I said I love you, buddy.
You get to the Hall. I'm pushing.
I had a point. I
Write
totally
letters.
forgot it.
What do you have to say, Brez? Anything good?
I know what it was. So a few months ago, before the season started, we were probably saying, shooting guard. What's that going to look like for the Lakers? Avery Bradley, KCP. It's shaping up pretty nicely. Caruso. Avery Bradley, he's not going to be that scorer that we saw at the end of last season when he was with Memphis putting up, 18 points a game. Tonight, kind of a typical Avery Bradley line, 5 points and 5 fouls. Not a lot on offense. But KCP coming off the bench is turning into quite the revelation, guys. He had a really good month of December, and it's turning into a really nice 1-2 punch, kind of like Dwight and JaVale at center.
Let's give KCP some credit. He was doing a really nice job as a starter. And I think we all felt the same way, that if he goes to the bench, how is he going to gel with that unit, Rob? And you got to give him a lot of credit. He stepped up, and no matter who he plays with, he's doing a nice job of spacing the floor and playing good defense.
I think I was one of the people most worried about him going to the bench, but I think that he's in such a rhythm, it doesn't matter. And if you look at when he comes out, I think the coaching staff has put him in the right situation where he's not sitting the whole quarter.
Yeah.
He sits about 6 minutes, so it's almost like he's starting, but he's coming out with the same mindset. He's still knocking down the threes from the corner. And I think his teammates are looking for him in that corner because when you got a guy that's shooting the ball like him, you have a tendency like, where's that guy? Where's that guy? And they're finding him, and he's knocking down that shot.
All right, let's go inside the Laker locker room. Anthony Davis is there with Allie Clifton.
Hey, you guys are now.
Vogel speak with Mike Trudell in the media.
Hey, Frank, what were you guys able to do defensively against Dallas tonight? And, obviously they come in as the #1 offense in the league and it really looked like you were able to slow them tonight.
Yeah, I was really proud of our defensive effort and this competitive spirit. I thought we just really competed whatever defense we were in. It's always a little bit of, there's two teams playing. Obviously they didn't shoot the ball as well as, they're accustomed to. Maybe because of the back-to-back. But, we did some things defensively, scheme-wise, that I hoped would try to keep us home on their shooters a little bit more and at least closer to their shooters. We know they're going to shoot 43s a game regardless. And, I just was proud of how we competed and executed the game plan.
Frank, it's not necessarily new because he leads the league in assists, but over the last 2 nights, LeBron, I think 29 assists and 3 turnovers. What have you seen over that little stretch of games for him?
It's a hell of a 2-game stretch. 29 assists, 2 turnovers. His pace the last two nights has been outstanding. Just in the open court, but also in the half court, and not looking to settle. We learn lessons from every game, right? And we didn't touch the paint enough in the second half versus the Clippers, and it cost us that win. We reversed that, so to speak, and did a much better job the last 2 nights of just making sure that we're living in the paint. And when we get in the paint, take care of the basketball, make great decisions. And, he got 16 and 13 assists, picking teams apart by being aggressive.
You talked about sort of the edge on defense, and a lot of guys have talked about the slippage. I mean, what do you think was regained tonight, and do you feel like maybe losing to the Mavericks at the beginning of the month had some influence on that?
Well, I think losing that game had some influence on the respect we have for this team. They played us really well the first 2 games, even though we won the first one. I just think that, sometimes you're on the road a ton and you're playing a lot of games, limited practice time, so naturally there's going to be a little bit of slippage. I think we benefited from the little bit of a break around Christmas where we played 2 games in 8 days and, kind of got our legs back under us. We had a couple practices. We had more film sessions, opportunities to tighten the screws and improve, and paid dividends the last 2 games.
Frank, this was more of a difficult month for you guys. I think you were 9-5 this month, and you played,
a lot
on the road. So how would you assess this month for you guys? I think you ended up going 9-5 for the month.
Overall, very good. We feel like we missed some opportunities, right before Christmas and leading up to Christmas. But overall, a really good month in one that we knew was going to be a very difficult one. A lot of teams with winning records and a lot of games on the road. So definitely pleased with how we performed and on to 2020.
Luka versus LeBron. Remember, the first 2 times these two squared off against each other, they averaged a triple-double. Tonight, LeBron getting the win and the efficiency, 13 points, 13 assists. Luka 0 for 6 from 3 on a win streak. They dominate Dallas from the opening tip, guys. They win every quarter, and they go to 4-0 on the second night of a back-to-back, and they're doing it with defense on those second nights of back-to-back.
Yeah, no question. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Stu say that Dallas is the #1 rated offense in the NBA. So to be able to hold them to, 36% shooting and 31% from 3 and do a pretty good job. I know he went out with a small little injury there for a second, but to be able to hold him to 19 points on 5 of 14.
0 for 6 from 3.
That means, and I saw Bradley, man. Bradley was hounding.
Yep.
So was Pope and Caruso. So you don't see that on the stat sheets, but the guards did a good job on the perimeter tonight. And defensively, the Lakers just did what they had to do, dominate in the paint.
It's always key to come out and stop the head of that snake, and I think that was Bradley's job coming out the gate. He was hounding him, got a couple of steals, got a couple of balls that bounced off his foot. And when you got a guy that's committed to playing defense,